Well, no, it's not Virtual Pool 4, it's Euro Truck Simulator 2. We are back after another break, and we have a major delivery of plumbing supplies. Apparently the Koreans have got dodgy plumbing, and we've got a big supply of them and we can deliver them. It's going to be a long trip, so consequently this ain't going to be all in one session. But that is the truck that we have for this trip, and we'll have a look at the map just before we get the wheel in place and get started. We have the this is version 1.47 of Euro Truck, the most recent update of the multitude of updates that we've always had for Euro Truck. And this truck here is the KAMAZ Army truck. Now what you see there is just the truck on its own. It comes with its own trailer which attaches at the back, and you'll see that in a second. It's 360 horsepower, so this isn't anywhere near as powerful as some of the KAMAZ trucks that I've driven in the past, but the one benefit of it is it's got a decent enough gearbox, and it doesn't guzzle the fuel quite as heavily as some of those big engine trucks. The only thing it does lack is good headlights and good auxiliary lighting. It doesn't have any of those attachments for it, because I always like to have good bright lights when I'm on the road so I can see where I'm going. But we can get by. So that's the vehicle. Let's have a look where we're going. We're going from London. We've got the goods and supplies loaded up onto the truck, so we're just ready to head out. Quick look at the map, because I might need to just change something. Yeah, what I'm going to change is I'm going to change so that we're going to Dover. And I'll tell you why, because they have, the last update they did, they have updated the Channel Tunnel connection, and it's bloody confusing for me. Excuse me. I ended up driving round in circles for 10 minutes trying to find a way out of the damn place, so I thought, right, well, I ain't going to be doing that, so we'll go to Dover instead and catch the ferry across, and that will make life a lot simpler. So we're leaving London and we are heading across France into Germany, through Poland, the usual places, and into Ukraine, and then further on until we get we're actually bypassing Moscow, because the GPS wants us to go that way, because that's the fastest route on the autobahn in through Poland into Moscow and then turning south. I've got the GPS to tag this way, which it probably won't be major roads. There might be some of them, but it might take a little bit longer going this way. But considering the journey we're going, it's like 8,000 miles. It won't make a jot of difference. Going this way actually shortens the distance, believe it or not, but probably will take a bit longer. So we're heading over in via the Great Steppe, or Kazakhstan, which incidentally is now a ProMods add-on. It used to be a standalone mod that you could add into these map combos, but it's actually ProMods that now look after it. And the ProMods map is installed, which of course gives a lot of additions to the base map in Euro Truck. You've got Ireland, you've got Iceland, you've got the Faroe Isles, you've got Longyearbyen, or whatever the hell it's called up there, and then of course you've got, I don't know whether this has got the North map installed, but there's a load of maps installed, and this combo, like many of these combos, can easily be found on YouTube. Now of course over here we have the largest map of any maps that you'll get for this game. It's the South America map, or the EAA map, but it is the South America map because it covers a multitude of countries in South America, right down to pretty much as far as you can go south, all the way down, keep going, right down to point, where the hell is it again? Ushuaia, that's where you go, right down there. This is in Tierra del Fuego, right down in the southern tip of South America. Now further north on our trip, once we head into Kazakhstan, we then head south and east, and that then will take us on to the Road to Asia map. So we're heading into China, all the way up through here, and then we get a connection from what is it? Is it Wushu? Something like that, Wukia town, and then that takes us to. It actually tells you on the GPS it was where the end goal is China, but it's actually not. We're heading to Korea. This is a Korean map. You've got South Korea, part of South Korea and part of North Korea, and we are heading. I think we're still in South Korea, I'm not sure, but that's where we are headed to. So, it is a long, long journey, so this is going to be done in certainly, probably at least 3 parts. We're going to do a couple hours. I think that, I can't remember the name of that map. Is it the Ash? It begins with an A. You've got the Sibir map, I remember that one. But it will take us a while to get there, so we don't need to be hanging around much longer. Let us get now, and maybe need to adjust my brakes because the brake sensitivity's been a bit dodgy. I've just installed this truck in this map combo this morning, and I think I might need to do little touches to adjust it. So you can see now the truck has now got its trailer, and I've also got my good looking plumber's mate, and there she is. Of course, she's sitting there in a daydream, just wondering when this will all be over. So I mean, there's the bed. She could get herself in there and get out of the way, but she'll sit there and just be like that all the way through the trip. I've got my lucky dice. My steering wheel is wobbling about. That's a bit annoying. See if that'll stop it. No, it won't. So we need to get the engine started. So now I will just make room and get my steering wheel moved into position. Again, great idea having this on a steering wheel stand where it doesn't need to be permanently bolted to a table. It's just 2 minutes and you get it in and out the way. Right, so let's see how we do. I've got my GPS mod installed where the map's at the bottom of the screen.
Have a pleasant drive. Well,
we've got
have with us 3 navigating your route.
We've got obviously voice navigation on, and that is the Grand Tour mod, which I think it's available on the Steam Workshop. I think if you look for it in the Steam Workshop you'll find it. And all of these map combos, or this one that I'm using, they are readily available with links and everything on YouTube, so you just have to do what I did and go and look for them. Right, let's go. Now let me let's have a look and see what the lights are like. Have I got it on full beam? Hang on a minute. Right, that's us.
Turn left. Ahead. Turn right. Turn right.
So we now have to find our way out of London. Oh, the other thing I've done is I've got the fatigue simulation off because I just want to keep driving. I think that's the first time I've ever really done that, and I think I turned it off when I was trying to finish a previous job, and I never switched it back on, so we'll just leave it off for the time being. So now, heading out, I think this is probably the M25 we're on, I'm not sure, but we're heading south east down to Dover. But we've still got to get out of this place first.
Keep left.
The job on the Grand Tour.
And then turn left. Turn left. At the roundabout, take the third exit.
Right, that's the second exit, which is a dead end anyway, you can't drive through there.
Take this exit.
Red light. So it's just coming to evening time. We've got what's left of daylight, and by the time we get off the ferry in France, it's probably going to be almost dark. Oh, that was the other thing to mention. I think this last update that they did to Euro Truck. Now is that a red or a green light? I can't even see, I don't know whether it was on or not. The last update, I think it was, I'm not sure that it was in 146, but in this one, in the gameplay options, I think there's a few extra things, but one main one is the uneven road simulation, which I've got on full, and it actually is a nice little enhancement, because the biggest complaint that you have with Euro Truck right from day one is the fact that the roads are so perfect. I mean, they don't have potholes in the roads in the base game in Euro Truck. It's map mods that will give that sort of thing. You'll get various different map mods where they'll have different road textures, but the uneven road simulation gives you a better feel.
Right,
obviously when you're using a steering wheel, that is, it gives you a better simulation of different road conditions, which is a good addition to the game. Now, are we going to be able to cross here? I think we are.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
Yeah, the brakes are still they're still a wee bit sensitive. Second exit.
Take this exit.
Well, the other sort of virtual trucking news that I read the other day, and this is a game that I've had an eye on for a number of years, and I also tried the demo for it in the very early days as soon as it was released, and that's Alaskan Truck Simulator. Now, that was its name when it was announced, but it's I think it's now called Alaskan Truck Drivers. They've changed the name of the game. I don't know that there's a launch date for it yet, because they're still doing a lot of work on it, and so it's now changed its title. And there's still, well, could be another, I don't know, I mean, it could be another 3 months, 6 months, a year, 18 months, goodness knows how long it might be, depending on how things go. Haven't heard any more about that Australian Outback one, which was in the pipeline, but again, you hear about games in the very early days, and then you will hear nothing for months on end. But the only recent update I heard was the Alaskan Truck Drivers one, so that's another one that, you know, it needs a lot of work on it, no doubt about that. So we're heading down into Dover. And you can feel that uneven road simulation through your force feedback, but you can also see the trucks making that bit more movement as well, because no road surface is perfect. Now, are we in the right lane here? I wonder. I don't think we are.
Keep right.
Yeah, I didn't think we were. Well, it most certainly will be dark once we get off the ferry. I think it takes about an hour on the ferry or something. Now I need to watch for these traffic lights that I have to go through because it's quite a tight fit, that's them. Many's a time I've driven here and hit the traffic lights. So it's just gone 9 PM.
Continue straight. At the roundabout, take the second exit. Take this exit.
So the ferry connection's just up ahead. Once we get through this final set of traffic lights, we need to get into that right lane. Yeah, although this truck is for the 146 version, it works perfectly okay in 147. There isn't any problem. Oh, the one problem there is on this map combo, I discovered in the Southeast Asia map, and now I think I've discovered that previously on a Southeast Asia map, but I was doing a job where I was driving through Southeast Asia and the roads are so weird in that map. I mean, they're like 2-lane highways, but you know, where you want to go at reasonable speed, but they're so twisty and undulating, and the next thing I know I've fallen through the map. So I think there's definitely a bug in that map, probably more than one. Right, so here we are. Just take it easy going down this ramp. Well, it's dark before we even got to France. Well, this is the main boring part of this trip, because this, and I'll tell you why it's boring, because it's a route that you drive a million times in Eurotruck, especially with this sort of map combo, and you're heading out east. You're always ending up going the same way all the time, unless you reroute it, of course. The problem with that is it adds time onto your journey. I've did a slight reroute, as I say, to stop going to heading over too far north to Moscow. But this is the usual thing, you end up going on to the Autobahn until you eventually hit Germany, and then you hit Poland, and you carry on. Done it hundreds of times. And then the more interesting part is much later on, which is in the road to Asia, which I haven't driven that much now. Where the hell am I going here? That's not it. See, immediately, because I don't have great headlights, I haven't a bloody clue where I'm going. I think I think I'm lost already. In fact, I think I should have went left. Let me see if I've got this right. Hang on. See, that's why I like much more lighting. I'm sure I'm totally bloody lost already here. And this is my lights up full. They are up full, and of course with the dark road, it absorbs the light. I think I've got my bearings now. And that's compounded by the fact that I will end up driving on roads that I'm not as familiar, and then interesting things happen, usually disasters. I've always had disasters of one form or another. Now this is a tight bend all the way around. And now it should be plain sailing till we get out of the gate here. Yeah, the one thing that is a benefit with this truck is the fuel economy, because it doesn't have, you know, a big 650, 700 horsepower engine, which are basically gas guzzlers.
Keep right, and then exit right. Exit right.
breakdown here.
Keep left. Keep left.
The top of the Grand Tour.
And then exit left. Exit left.
Into Belgium for a short spell, very short. won't be long until we're heading through Germany. Should be coming up to the border soon enough.
Keep right, and then
I
turn
wasn't the right lane. I was in the right lane, so we go in here then.
Turn right.
We keep left, I think.
Keep left.
Yeah.
Keep right.
It's already 2:37 in the morning, so we won't be that far away from the early signs of daylight.
Keep left.
And there we are. See dawn breaking. 3:21 in the morning, so you can tell this is the
Keep left.
summer months. Well, it's not that long to go. It's sort of late in June, about what, June the 20 something I think, when we have the longest day, and then after that the nights start to go shorter again, or it starts getting darker earlier at night.
Keep left. Keep left.
Finally we're in Germany.
Keep right. Keep right for the bus, and then exit right. Exit right. Keep left. Keep left. Keep left. Keep right for the bus, and then exit right. Exit right. Turn right.
Quick look at the map to see, yeah, there's a long way before we turn onto our secondary route. Rather than going that way that it wants us to go, we're going that way, and that's just going to cut a little bit of mileage off it. So an awful long way to go. I think my main objective here is to try and get through Poland and into Russia, and probably look at calling it quits there, and then starting from there for part 2. Uh-oh. Still only 6:35 in the morning. Yeah, I think normally in there is where I take my first rest stop. I'm sure it's in there. Now, of course, the fact that I'm not taking rest stops still doesn't mean that I don't have to go in and top up the fuel eventually.
Keep left. Keep left.
Well, we're flying along on the Autobahn. That should quickly get us through Germany with the little plus. Feel the little undulations working on this road.
Keep left. Keep left. Keep left. Keep left. Keep right for the bus, and then exit right.
I had a big lunch before I came on to do this,
Exit right.
and now it's hit me. I suddenly want to fall asleep. It's just amazing. I can barely keep my eyes open because I need a nap. Well, it won't be long till we're through Germany. Doesn't take that long driving on these autobahns. But I know what we'll do. Quick emergency bailout there. That's what we'll do. I'll have a quick drink. We'll top up the fuel. See, it doesn't need an awful lot. You think it would, but it doesn't. So that's the fuel tank full again. we're still a long way away from that that turn off. That's where we go there, that one, instead of going that way, because that's the way we've already been before. Looks as if it's going to be a nice day. Probably said that too soon. We're coming to the border. And we're in Poland. That's Germany taken care of. Germany and France. Now let's see if we can get the correct gate here instead of going to a dead end one. Now does that one work? I'm not even bothered to test it. Well, I'm definitely going to have to take a nap, and I don't mean in the game. So we've reached the first objective, and that was to get certainly into Poland. And that's what we've done. We've got into Poland at the end of part 1. I'm just looking for somewhere to dump the truck. I shall do here. So, nothing exciting ever happens in this first part of the map, or at least not a lot worth looking at in the first part of the map. I'm obviously blocking that lorry there, but who cares? That's why he's honking his horn. I've just abandoned the truck at the side of the road, but he won't be there when I restart this. Let's have a quick look. So we started in London, we've gone through Germany, we're right in, just into Poland, and we've got far too far still to go. I mean, it just looks awfully long. So this is going to be 3 parts, possibly 4 now by the look of it, because I was hoping to do a little bit longer, but I suddenly need to fall asleep. So I do. Oh, good afternoon to Lard. I don't know when you said good afternoon, but I'm just heading out. I'm just trying to recover from a big lunch, and it's taking its toll, and I need to get a nap and get ready for the match tonight. We've got the Virtual World Snooker Championship hot seat match tonight between Albinario, former World Snooker Champion, against the current Virtual World Snooker Champion, Barker's 155. So they'll be going in a race to 6 tonight at 8 o'clock, and I hopefully will have had a nap before then, and I'll be back and good to go. So until then, and until the next chapter in this mammoth trip to Korea, because that's where we're heading into Asia, into China, and then we get the connection that takes us all the way over to South Korea, or to Dalan, and then we drive on up to something Dandong, that's what it's called. That's where we're going. So I'm heading for a break, so thanks for watching, and it'll get a bit more enjoyable once we get deeper into this, because I don't think I think I might have driven on that part of the map there before, but I think it was at night, so hopefully it'll be in daylight when we get there. So till we meet again, that might be later on, or it might be next time we do this, I'll bid you good afternoon.